Hey guys, what is up? So I wanted to stop by before this podcast starts and say you should like, comment, and subscribe to this podcast. And you should also follow me on all my social medias at John D. Clouser. It's literally the same name as the name that you subscribe to on this YouTube channel. Now, I hope you like this clip. It's a real good one. And we'll see you guys on the other side. Stay washing your hands. Don't eat bats. None of that has changed, guys. None of that. All that's still in play. Still. All right. Okay, take two. What is up, guys? How are you doing? So this is a new episode of The John Show with your host, me, John D. Clouser. Hope you guys are doing great. If you're new, welcome. You're not really you haven't missed much, really. I sit here. My name is John D. Clouser. I'm a filmmaker. And I sit on the third floor of a mansion, and I do a podcast, and I converted a room into a studio area with lights, and you can see one right there. Well, how are you guys? So we're here, and we're going to do a podcast. Well, I'm going to do a podcast. You're going to sit here and listen. I hope you guys are doing great. We're here on another week. I don't know what you call it now. I guess we're still kind of somewhat in a lockdown, or not in a lockdown, but like in a lockdown, a quarantine. But the thing is, now so much craziness has happened, and I guess I might as well just go ahead and go right into it. But yeah, it has been crazy. The world is going crazy. I'm actually, if you don't know where I'm located, I'm actually located in Kansas City, Missouri, and even here, it is technically June 1st, Monday. I'm filming this right now at 12:25 in the morning, and I'm gonna need to keep it down probably, because if there's anyone, I don't know. I have no idea if people can hear me when I'm doing this up here, because I do it completely quiet. The only thing you can hear me is me in the microphone. Just make sure that everything's working smoothly. And talking about the microphone, the audio might be a little bit different, because the audio that I normally use, the audio software, keeps shitting the bed on me. And when I do my longer form podcast with my co-host, Aaron Naylor, which you go check out our show after this, of course, the Aaron and John Show. If you subscribe to the channel, you actually automatically just get it. You get 2 shows a week. You get me on Tuesday. You get us, Aaron and I, on Thursday. And I really, two things that annoy me. I guess it's just one right now. But the first thing that annoys me is people who don't use proper English, in the sense of talking like me and my friend. It's no, your friend and I. I don't know why that it has always annoyed me from the day one of learning this damn fucking language called English. It has always bothered me. It's dude, if I'm learning it this way, you should learn it this way, because you know what? There's one set of rules, and we should follow by those fucking rules when it comes to this language. And it has always irritated me. It's how lazy are you? You should just always put the person that you're talking about, if you're talking about you and someone else, put them first and then talk to you about second. That's how it always is. It's just proper. And I guess I've always wondered why that is. I'm going to assume that it's probably just because it's you're just being polite. That's how I think of it, is that it's probably just a polite way of just saying, hey, think of other people before you think of yourself. It's always a continuous reminder. So, that's how I think of it. So when people don't do it that way, it irritates the hell out of me. And it really makes it, I judge them on that. I judge people on that. I judge people who don't people who get upset when people put ketchup on mashed potatoes. Upset me, because do you understand? When you eat a French fry, because ketchup's only made for French fries. You're supposed to dip it in French fries and you eat that. And it's well, no, because you know what the great thing about mashed potatoes is. It's almost like chewed up French fries. And then what's so great is you just like take a scoop, you do it, and you just swallow it, and it's done. It's over with. It's a lot easier. It's a much easier of a way of eating. Now, is it kind of weird looking? Yeah, I'll give you that. It's for sure weird looking. But you know, it's also weird looking if you had some French fries and ketchup in your mouth, and then you opened your mouth and you're like, look at this. That'd be kind of gross. That'd be kind of weird looking too. So it is what it is. But I guess that's the second thing. Yeah, that's the second thing that annoys me. And yeah. So I guess that's like some things. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're continuously washing your hands still, wearing gloves, wearing a mask when you guys go out in public. I think these are still things we have to live by. Just be careful. I'm still not saying, don't touch people. Shouldn't do that still. Unless you're like, have a significant other or you're dating someone, that kind of thing. But I just limit your touching of people. I don't like, what's so weird is like, I don't know when it's going to be when I'm going to be able to I feel comfortable enough to be hugging someone. That's gonna, like, my friends, when I see my friends, I'm just like, I want to like, hey, what's up, guys? Like, and just like, but nope, I don't do it because I'm just still a little petrified of catching something. And like, especially because like all my friends now have kids. And so I don't even like really I don't see the kids that much. I'm like, I see them from like far distance, and then they go off in another place and go play. But it's just an interesting time with that. And then the protests, which I guess, I don't know, like the protests are crazy. Like, I live in Kansas City. I guess that's like, should go back to what I was talking about originally. But yeah, I live in Kansas City right now, and the protests were pretty crazy last night. I guess that'd be Sunday morning or Saturday night, and then tonight they were pretty crazy. Like, there was a lot of cop cars out. Because we're on a curfew now because there was some vandalism and there was some craziness that happened, and I understand, I get it, I really do. It is you can only do so much until there's like a lot of pushback at the other end, and the thing is, it's not like the black culture hasn't already been like, hey, you know what? There's been some violence with cops and us. And like now there's like evidence, like video evidence. And then we had like a guy named Colin Kaepernick who took a knee, and he just sat down, but then he realized he talked to like someone who's in the military, and he said, hey, if you want to do this, you want to do it properly and respectfully, like, you just take a knee. And then he took a knee, and then everyone got upset with him for taking a knee. And then now everyone's getting upset that there's a protest. And the thing is, like, you what do you want? Like, what do you expect? Like, this is going to happen eventually. And now, like, and then when you add quarantine to it, and you add the fact that we've been all cooped up, and one of the biggest, like, groups of people who have been affected the most by this in America has been the African American culture, then you can't not expect this to happen. And there's really, for us, anyone, as me as a brown person, like, I'm Hispanic, and I wasn't born in this country. I'm an immigrant, and the only way I'm here legally is the fact that, like, I have a citizenship, and that I signed saying that, like, I want to be an American for the rest of my life, and there's no reason why I should want to be anywhere else, because this is the home of the land, like, home of the brave, like, kind of like free, like freedom. And so it's insane seeing how continuously, like, if it's not like seeing videos of African American males getting killed, we have a president who doesn't want Hispanics in the country. And the thing is, like, both cultures, both races are significant parts of huge in the ecosystem of America. And you're not allowing us to grow and allow us to be people, because you get mad when we are respectful and we try to do it in a nice manner, and then you get mad when we do it in a way that then causes a lot of rumbles and a lot of things that are not good, like fires and vandalisms and like that. But like, what do you expect? And things like this is not just one culture. It's like all of our problems now. This is a big thing. It's getting to the point now where like you can't not see it. You're not gonna see. You're gonna see it because everything's recorded now. Everything, everywhere. If you're driving down the highway, if you look over the lights, the highway lights, there's cameras on every other one. Like they just catch you. Like there's no that, and then when you're walking around, there's cameras. Like we have cameras on our phone. Like you're gonna get caught. You're gonna get seen, and it's just gonna happen. That's how it is now. It's the world we live in. But I'm like, yeah, I saw this coming. Totally. This totally makes sense of what would be happening right now with all this thing that's going on. Like this is not just like this is like two guys in like the matter of like 3 weeks. Like it's kind of crazy. Like and now like the thing is like it takes things like this. It has to take things like this for things to be changed. It does, because like you're not like no matter what we do, no matter what happens, quietly you don't like it. Then it's not like you as in the sense that it's just like there's just a certain group of people that are not happy with it, and they tend to be the ones that are more in control of everyone else, and that wants to suppress and make everyone. If you're not like them, then it's not worth having you around, or it's not worth having the abilities to live. And just they don't care. They just don't give a fuck. They just don't, and you can tell. You can just see it. It's blatantly obvious now. And this quarantine, like the biggest thing I was so afraid about, like when we did on the lockdown, was the fact that, would be like the fact that like they're not going to take this once big groups of people take a power like that away. It's really hard to get that back. It's very hard. It rarely happens ever. It never ever like goes back. It's never going to be normal again. It's never going to be back to how it was. It's never going to happen. It's not how the world's going to be again. And I don't know if a lot of people can see that. At least it's weird. And then like when the protest, like I parked my car and I sat there for a while, and I was saying like, wow, this is kind of crazy, kind of intense. Of like, I can feel the thickness in the air, and I knew that it was like, this is something crazy is going to happen. It's going to be kind of intense tonight. And but you just can't, like the thing is like we have to just be able to like love each other. And like the thing is like we are all minorities here. Like none of us were originally from this place, so like we can't claim it as our own. And the thing is like what's so beautiful is like why don't we want the smartest Asians, the smartest Black African Americans, the best Latinos, like the smartest Indians, like all of them. Like why would we not want that? Because like what's so cool is like just yesterday we launched, or I guess to be technically 2 days ago because this is on Monday now, we launched 2 guys up in the fucking air. We launched a rocket. The Falcon 9 thing went up, and that's like that should have been something. Instead of us arguing about someone being killed that didn't need to be killed, we should have been celebrating, and that should have been the big news, was the fact that we did something as mankind did that. Like we launched 2 people up into space, and they did a whole flight and they came back down. Like that's pretty freaking crazy. That's awesome. And that's America too. The same people who are out there protesting, which is awesome. It's great that we're protesting, and like we should be fighting for that, even though there's curfews going on right now. But we and then like those same people are the same people that have shot people up in a rocket. Like we can do a lot of things, a lot of good, a lot of bad. And but to me, I feel like that should have been the biggest thing that we should have been celebrating more of than like now we have to now talk about this, the fact that like there's murder. Like it's blatantly obvious now. It's been obvious for a while, and like we can't, if these things happen, like you have to take care of the problem. Taking care of the problem is getting rid of these people who do this, and like showing like and setting an example of like, if you do this is what's going to happen. Like you're not going to be part of society anymore. because you're not going to take innocent people out of society that have no reason not to be in society, or they don't deserve to be dead for no reason. Like, they don't deserve to have someone put their knee into their neck for 9 minutes and watch them slowly die. Like, it's horrendous, and not give a fuck. And the fact that, like, as a cop, you can sit there and watch this happen to a man like this right there, no more than a couple feet away from you, and you can just feel okay with yourself by just acting like nothing's going on, or let alone be the man who's like putting his knee on his neck. Like what the fuck? Like, it's fucking crazy, and it's just it's awful. It's horrendous, and it's unexcusable, and it's not okay ever. Never. It's not okay for anybody. You shouldn't ever do that. That should never be anybody. No one should ever have to die like that. Especially like now. Like, we're too civilized. We're too mature. We understand. It's such a sophomoric way of living, of being, of person. It's awful. It's not. You should not. Minimum, he should be in jail. He should be arrested right now, and that's what it is. And the thing is, like, minimum, it should have been like no one died. It should have just been like, worst case scenario, if he was really like writing a bad check, you take him down, you set a bail. If you can't set it, or you can't, pay the money for it, then he sits in jail, and that should be the end of it. No one should have died from this. Like, no one should have died from loose cigarettes. No one should have died from jogging. Like, no one should not be able to be in the country because they were born in another country if they're fleeing from that country because there's there's wars going on. People are dying like every day. And people are like, they're wanting to leave, not because they want to, because they have to leave. And it's just none of this is okay to be doing this to people. And the one good thing is, like, even though someone passed away, like, he's going down in history as being someone who's causing a change for humanity. And we are going to become better from this. I know we are. Like, we're America. Like, we have the dream team, motherfuckers. Like, we have everyone here. All the best that come from anywhere else come here. And yeah, there's some bad apples. Yeah, but there's bad apples everywhere. But we are awesome because we're America. And I'm so proud of where I came from. But like, I'm here now, and I'm part of this. And I only want the best for all of us, because we're all, like, if we're here, like, we are so lucky to be in America. Like, the crazy thing is, like, all you have to do is, if you make like $35,000 a year, like, you're in the 1% of the world. Like, there's no, like, it's just an awesome place how you can live like that, and like, you can still, I know it's hard. Yeah, it's not the easiest, still having to scrape by. Like, I have a good job right now, and I have, full health insurance and like that. I'm so lucky, especially with all this thing that's going on. Like, I am very lucky to have and be where I'm at right now, just in a place, because I got grounded from my production job, my film job, and so I had to, like, on the ball, on, like, just real quick, had to find like a little job to support myself. And then I'm like, okay, fuck yeah, I'm like, I got it. And I found like this, like, easy kitchen job, and doing that, and super easy. It's like back to, like, I've worked in kitchens all the time. Like, that's like one of the easiest, like, jobs. One of the best jobs you should have if you're trying to be an artist is work in kitchens. Like, even as a dishwasher, you start learning and, like, make your lunches, like, make your lunches, like, ask questions how to use a knife, all those kind of things. Like, because it's a skill that you can use. And I can go anywhere in the world. I can go anywhere in the world, and I can work on a line. I can work anywhere on a kitchen and be fine, and just go right into it. And it's just like film. Like, I can work in any little department in film and be decent at it. And So so like one of the best things I think is like as an artist, if you were trying to want to be an artist for the rest of your life, that's one of the best skills to have is be able to work in a kitchen. It's very helpful. It works the best. Man, like we got kind of serious there. Like I feel like I'm coming out of it now. It's like so yeah, if you guys have watched this video, if you guys are still here watching, I hope you guys are. Uh, like, comment, subscribe. I guess I don't know. It's crazy. It's a weird world. We'll get the fuck out of it. We'll be fine. We always are fine. Like and I know that's maybe a cocky way of thinking, but I was born in Honduras, San Pedro Sula, and I am now 31 years old, and I live in the United States doing a podcast at 15 minutes till 1 in the morning on June 1st in 2020. Like I'm like if I can do this, like anybody can do anything. Like it's like if I can get here, anybody can do anything, and all it does is just take consistency and just like showing up. Like this is for me, this is just showing up. I just do this, and that's what you gotta do. Just do this. And what's so awesome is like today is because I got an email from my gym that today's gonna be the first day that they're gonna open up the saunas, which I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Like I feel like I should wear a mask in it, and if I do, like I think that's probably the smartest thing to do is wear a mask in the sauna. But then I'm like, I'm gonna be running through like masks like crazy then, or we're gonna at least like have to have a mask dedicated strictly, or like maybe put a bandana on, put like just over my. I think I'll probably just do something like that. I have a bandana on my back. I'll probably just do something like that. It'll be probably way easier. I think that's probably what I do. Thank you guys for sitting there and watching me work through that by myself. And I'm sure that was quite a struggle to hear and to watch a grown man ponder to himself if he's going to use a bandana or if he's going to use a mask when he's sitting in a sauna. But I'm thinking like how many people am I going to, when I sit in there, like, if I'm in there by myself, cool, awesome, great. That's like picture perfect. That's like how I want it every time, all the time. But if there isn't, like, then okay, one person gets in. Like, okay, they're probably gonna sit on the other side, like as far away from me as possible. And then what if like another person comes in? So like now there's 3 people. Then what if there's like 5 people? And I'm like, okay, maybe it's like 6, 10. It's like how many? Like it's like I'm sure there's gonna be a sign. There's gonna have to be like, okay, only like 10 people are gonna be allowed in the sauna at a time, and you're just gonna have to stand out and wait, or just not do the sauna. So what I'm hoping is a lot of people are just not gonna want to do the sauna. But yeah, gym's doing great. I what's so great now is because I was like doing so much cardio during like when the gym was closed, that now that I'm like doing cardio in the gym, like I'm it's so easy now. And then I like able to add a workout to it, and I'm up to 2. Today I weighed 209 on the dot. 209 was sitting with about, I'd say 10% body fat, and I'm 6'1", so it's not bad. And like my workouts are pretty good because like I'm still doing pretty lightweight, just kind of going into it. So this next week now, week 2 is going to be a lot more harder. I'm going to start incorporating now a easy deadlift with my leg day, and I'm going to start doing a lot more lunges and a lot more kettlebell things with the lunge-esque stuff like that. Because the big thing is like now, because I have all this excess like weight, because normally I usually sit at like 185 to 188. Like that's where I like to sit. Like anywhere above that is like there's this weird fluctuation when I get into the 90s, like 190. But like now here, like I'm sitting with all this extra weight. I'm like, okay, I need to use it when I'm like working out. So like, what's the best way? Like we start doing this like agilities and I'm starting to do more yoga, because the big thing I'm seeing is like I'm getting really stiff. I've been starting to have a lot more back pain again. So the best way to get through that is yoga. Yoga is like the hardest thing. And I used to do Pilates 3 times a week. That was back in the day. That was 24 to like 28 years old. That was a good time. I'm 31 now. So like, then I stopped doing that, and I was just doing a lot of heavy lifting. And there was a time where I was just doing hardcore heavy lifting. Got my deadlift up to 500, and then I was squatting 435, and I fucked my back up. And yeah, that was really big. I was like, but I was only because I'm about 210, like 209, 210, whatever, right now. Then I was sitting at about 202, and then like I said, like I normally, like if I sit at like 185 to like 180, like 7, 188, right in there, like that's like the perfect weight. But the thing is, like I lose a lot of it in my legs. That's the first place I'll lose it first. But I'm glad you guys are listening to this. I figure like this is a lot more lighthearted, and I need to end with this versus like how hard I came in the paint at the beginning of this podcast. But yeah, I want to say thank you guys very much for watching. Yeah, again, this is we're getting there. We're slowly doing this. This is fun. The thing is, like, this damn fucking audio equipment. That's been my biggest stress this whole week, is dealing with this fucking audio. So yeah, I'll record my podcast, the one I'm doing right now, and it's only like 28 minutes, and completely fine. And then I'll take it, I'll pause it, I'll export it. Export's completely fine. Then I'll do my other one on Thursday, and then on Thursday we'll be filming. We're like into it good, because I've shown the video of the week. We're kind of talking about that. We're about to like slowly build back. We're going to go into the next segment of like Aaron's going to talk about the movies that he watches during the week. And like I'm flashing red right now. So, but yeah, like, and then that's what we did. And then, yeah. But like it keeps pausing, and it freezes. The whole thing freezes, but I can still hear us talking. Like our microphones are still on, so I know it's not the inbox. It has to do with the audio thing. So I'm using this other equipment. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram and Facebook at John D. Klauser. I'm blinking red because my battery's about to die. I put a new battery in. I don't know. It's one of the old shitty batteries I had. It was the only ones that were fully chargeable. I guess this was it said it was fully charged, but I guess it wasn't. And yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, I keep saying and I hate that shit. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next episode. All right, bye.